morning with THATDevin. Here we are, everybody. We're going to have a great morning stream. Yeah. So, um, I haven't consumed regular food like that in a matter of a day. I've consumed liquids. This liquid diet is weird. Hello, Vibe with Ducks. I kind of remember you. Yes, I do. Good morning, Vibe with Ducks. Yeah. I I did just wake up. I did just wake up. Straight up, like, got out of bed, did the litter box, fed my cats, because I gotta make sure my cats are all fed like a responsible kitty cat owner. It's okay. I've had actual stalkers. Yeah, I've had someone stalk me for a long time, and that was weird. She still sometimes appears in public, just randomly. I'm like, oh no, that was her. That was her. Hello, Mike Butcher. Hello, Mike. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right. Time to do this rip. Start myself up. Yeah. Always a good morning. Always a good morning. It's very stinky because I just smoked weed. Oh, yeah. No Monster Energy this time. Unfortunately, the Monster Energies are in the Amazon order for today. They should be coming at some point today. I had to order specifically clear ones because I'm on a clear liquid diet. New. That was Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Got a little bit of weed right here. You know what? I don't care. I'll show this to the camera. Y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this. Like, this is now gonna be documented. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. Like, right? Right? That's a big nug right there. Good morning, chopped oregano. As I was just showing my unchopped oregano. Yeah. No. No narcotics like that here. Only Mary Jane. Ah. That's a huge nug right there. We got a badass over here. We got a badass over here. Oh, we got someone trying to be a badass. Unfortunately, that's no bueno. That's bad stuff right there. Oh God, boofing. Jesus Christ. Damn, did this get edgy. This is kind of like me reacting to my chat now, just being edgy. God damn. Is I have to make this joke since you just said it. Is that the ninth Power Ranger? It's the Axis Power Ranger. It's the Axis Power Ranger. Damn. That's the 47th Power Ranger. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh my God. That just set me right up. That, good morning, Max Dennis. Love to you too from Canada. Yeah. I thought that was the Orange Power Ranger 2 chopped oregano. I thought that was the Orange Power Ranger as well. Absolutely tremendous. Oh, Montreal. Well, Quebecian, I'm from Ontario. Well, that means you're probably aren't you like an hour ahead of me or some shit like that? Yeah. Uh, it's crazy. I love Montreal. Montreal's a great spot. Great metal festivals every year. Great performances. Literally, Montreal is a crazy spot. It is crazy unless you're going to there for a specific metal festival. Mississauga. I fucked a single mom in Mississauga once. Uh, oh, I love, I, I love going to Toronto for some of the amenities of Toronto, but I don't like Toronto. Like the GTA, like I go out there and I need to hit absolute ball breaking traffic of around the greater Toronto area with the absolute multitude of bad drivers. And even if you take a bus, even if you take the GO train, like it's still a pain. It's still a pain because people still crowd the GO train somehow, and there's two fucking segments of this bus. Like a little Canadian knowledge for those of you watching later. Uh, I do, however, like taking the train to Toronto. Oh, you should see my hometown of Windsor, Ontario. In Windsor, Ontario, they got a lot of the sanctuary citizens there, and not a lot of funding to help with the sanctuary citizens, and the federal government decides that the entire municipality is responsible for them and not the federal government who liberated them, quote unquote, to bring them to another town where they're going to be probably having a hard time. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Angel. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. This is a great morning. Got a lot of my friends here. Everybody having a great time. Smoking the Devin's lettuce. I'm in a great mood. There's no band practice today, unfortunately, because the drummer had family stuff to do. So there's gonna be no band practice videos on either today or tomorrow's video. Literally, bong rips, a coffee, and a synth. I get that. Um, next time I should bring out my automaton. Usually I have a guitar with me. Usually I have something else with me. But I just felt like talking this morning. I usually have a Monster Energy drink with me. But it's in the mail. It's still a good Sunday morning, though. Oh. Daddy can finally breathe again! Oh. Breathing again. Holy fuck, I blew my nose so I can breathe again. Heyo! That was a good rip. You know how hard it is to not want to bust that nug up I got? That absolutely phenomenally large nug? Like, that thing's huge. Like, you know what? I'm gonna pull it out again. And for size reference, all my friends here know what a Bic lighter is. Look at it compared to a Bic lighter. I'm grabbing it by the stem. That is a massive bud. Like, my hands don't do it justice. Like, I got huge hands. I got famously huge hands. That bud is so fucking large that it's got its own P.O. box. Right, Angel? That's a fancy bud right there. That's a fancy large bud right there. I pulled it out the first time, because my grandmother, my sweet grandmother, she bought me a Nick. That bud is a fractal, straight up. Like, my grandmother heard I was out of weed, so she bought me a Nick, and I pulled that bud out, and my eyes just enlarged to a comical proportion, that of a Tom and Jerry cartoon when someone is really surprised. Like, my eyes were literally went Acme level. I didn't have to break up the bud. There was another bud in the bottom of that bag I could break up. I'm like, so, happy with that bud. Like, that's some. Oh, when the springtime comes, I'm going to. I've needed to. When the springtime comes, I'm going to start some homegrown because it's gonna save me a bit of money, but also I get to do more stuff with it. Like, I grow my own stuff. I get to make my own extracts. I get to make my own distillates. I get to decarboxylate some of it so I could make it into butter, so I could make some stuff for my mom. My mom really likes edibles. My mom really likes edibles. So I would I would definitely make my mom edibles with that stuff. Like, great vibes. You guys enjoying your Sunday morning so far? You guys enjoying your Sunday morning? I am very well enjoying my Sunday morning. I just woke up like a little bit ago. And I like waking up to these vibes first thing in the morning. It's why I've continued to do the streams in the morning. Everybody be loving these morning streams because they're so wholesome, and we all get to talk, we all get to just relax and shit together. So it just made me want to do it. It's just, this is the 7th day in a row I've done it. Yes. Wholesome Sunday vibes. Man, I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow. Which reminds me, the stream tomorrow is gonna be a little bit later than it usually is. Because at the time I usually do my morning streams, I got a colonoscopy. And I'm gonna be put out for that. So the footage of me getting scoped like that. But yeah. I just have to give you the review of the before and after. Good morning, Strange. I'm just relaxing, smoking some of the finest herb with some of the finest people on the planet. Having a great morning and just spreading positivity. I woke up this morning over with over 1,800 subscribers. So I reached 1,800 subscribers while I was sleeping. So that was pretty big. That was pretty big. A lot of new people joined, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy seeing the new faces. Enjoy, like, I'd say one of the most content intensive weeks I have done in a while. I appreciate that, Chapter Oregano. I appreciate that. I really trust the doctor who's going to do it. Um, the doctor who's going to do it is one of the best in the area. So I know I'm safe with it. Um, this guy is such a G. I really appreciate this doctor. He, sure, I have to drive a half hour to go see him, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Last time I saw him, it was for a cyst removal, and my doctor almost sent me for something that wasn't a cyst. It was just muscle weakness on my leg, and I almost had that opened up, so that would have been weird. But he also checked some other places I might have cysts for confusion. He told me that yes, they were in fact cysts and how to take care of them. And he told me how to take care of them, and now they're gone. Like, this man's a G. This man's a G. I I don't usually have trust in doctors like that, but when this guy gives solid advice and it works, and when this guy is willing to go beyond, that is when you know you're in good hands. Now, there are a lot of doctors in Canada that I would say are not quote unquote good hands. But I digress. There are at least some. For instance, I guess this is just the Doctor Rant stream. My mother, she had been seeing a doctor for a long, long, long time. And she was good at first. She was really good at first. Until a couple certain points where she started going downhill. Yeah. Like, let's just say there was a lot of money involved for some reason. And, this doctor wasn't necessarily tending to my mom's needs like that. She had been going through a situation where we had thought a certain thing was making her stomach act weird. She was getting stomach paralysis from Ozempic. And, yeah, she she couldn't eat, and the doctor wouldn't listen to her that she wasn't able to eat because Ozempic was literally preventing her from eating and hurting her when she tried to. She didn't listen. She didn't listen. She just said, "Nah, I'm the doctor. I know what's up. Just continue taking it." And this woman isn't even a diabetic specialist. I'm I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this rip so I could go off the topic of the doctor that mistreated my mother. Because I'm a very passionate man when someone does something to my family, and I don't want to sound like I'm just bitching. See how fast his beard grew in, though? So, yeah, this mistake prone human, though, was like very egotistically mistake prone. Kind of like my one doctor who had put me on a bunch. There we go. I broke one of my bowls recently. Um, so I've had to use this as a. So I just stick the mouthpiece in the down stem and I light the top. Or I use this skull one. The skull one obviously smokes a lot more, and I don't have a lot to smoke, so I'm trying to conserve my grass until Friday. Yes, pride and ego can do a lot of harm. That is why I'm a man who is often open to second and third opinions. Because second and third opinions could go a long way. Ooh. Right? That's some classic stuff right there. Hello, Doug. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, chopped oregano. Diversifying your medical opinions is one of the most important things of understanding humans and sickness and health. It is literally second and third opinions could be the difference between someone letting go with a cancer diagnosis for a long time, which it's happened to some people in my family, and getting that cancer diagnosis at the time you need. Hey, hit that dab for me, Doug, and enjoy it for me. Let me know if it's a great one. Let me know if it's a great one. I'm gonna be doing another rip shortly. I usually start my day with like 3 or 4. Yes, cancer sucks. Cancer took away my stepfather in October, and I haven't. My stepfather was one of my best friends, essentially, and he taught me so much and was a very important part of my life. He was with my mother for 16 years. 16 years. And it was It was the most heartbreaking thing to experience him going through cancer and dying. It's one of the reasons why I'm so heavy on the positivity and the telling people to take care of themselves. Mm, I appreciate that, Doug. I appreciate that. He was a great man, and every time I think about him, I think nothing but great things about him. He was one of the most important people in my life, and I'm just thankful I had him. You know, get to a lot of times in life, you get handed a whole bunch of people just by random chance. You don't necessarily you don't necessarily pick stuff out like that because fate is a creature, but fate picks out some people for you sometimes. And they always end up being very important. I'm sorry you also lost a close member of your family to cancer, chopped oregano. I can't imagine your experience either. It's each cancer diagnosis is so isolated and unique, and it's so sad. Yes, every time I hear Ozzy Osbourne on the radio, every time I hear Ozzy Osbourne on the radio, see anything regarding Ozzy Osbourne, every time I see something regarding cars, every time I have a moment where I'm like, I see something like that reminds me of working on cars, I think about him. I think about him when I see Sam Elliott. I think about him when I think about Roadhouse. Like, which surprisingly, Roadhouse comes up in my brain a lot more than I thought it would. Roadhouse is Roadhouse is a goated movie. It's like if I had to describe Roadhouse, it's vigilante justice without the superhero facade. That's the best way to describe it. And there will be just random things that make me think of Roadhouse too. Like, for instance, that Roadhouse and how, like, the positive way that they portrayed, like, you know what? I will say that for you. Roadhouse. Hey, Lois, Roadhouse is on again. Oh, that's okay. I got what you meant. Yeah, I think how, like, they showed the positive way to handle people as a bouncer and how to do things strictly by the book is, and with good reasons. I never necessarily got into fistfights with people in my life outside of school. Because for some reason growing up, when you're big and tall, people want to fight you. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. Have a great day, Doug. It was great meeting you. And hope that dab was amazing. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this rip for Brother Doug. You and my friend have. You and my friend have heard some Sun Tzu Art of War quotes. Sun Tzu Art of War. You're absolutely correct. The highest ideal of war is not wanting to fight the war in the first place. There is also no right side or good side in war. Yes! Yes! Oh, that was good. Oh. Sun Tzu's Art of War. Like, what a great book. I sometimes throw the audiobook on while I relax or I'm just waiting for something. There are just so many things in that book that, like, are just so integral to how life works. It's insane. Ah. Right? It could apply to card games. It could apply to other video games. It could apply to how you manage your finances. Like, right? Right? uh, uh, I, I, I love the absolute madness that these streams go. We go from we go all over the place. We go from the wrongdoings of doctors, and now we're talking about the art of war. The art of war. Uh, I see why people stand the book. I see why people stand it. Literally, it is kind of like a Bible in some sense. I'd say that Musashi's Five Rings. Um, I'd say the Divine Comedy is up there too, even though not necessarily a guidebook or a series of guidebook. It's a series of books of human nature. Um, I'd say another book that's pretty good to read and that's absolutely goated, is 1984. 1984 is one of the best. Right? Oh my god, the Five Rings helped me play games better. The Five Rings helped me play games better. It was so beautiful. 1984 is beautiful. Animal Farm is the last book I was going to suggest, by the way, of the five. 1984 is a crazy depiction, and I don't want to say much without spoiling it, because I say the best thing about going into 1984 is going in blind. Yeah, and the funny part is I'm not even a political guy. I'm not even a political guy. I just sit comfortably where I sit. I say it's a lot better to have the knowledge than to not have it when you need it. Yes, calls it as I sees it. I seem to have like decent judgment. There's sometimes where I have bad judgment. Dating, fucking, literally, that's why, as I said, I'm always open to other opinions whenever I make decisions. I got to give this 6 more minutes and 30 seconds, so 6 minutes 30 seconds before I gotta go do stuff, because I still gotta do the rest of my morning stuff, and I just want to hang out with everybody. Um, I'd say the most important thing about those books that I have read is some of them just teach you to constantly reevaluate what's going on and rethink what you see from an objective nature. Where you could just sit there and you're like, huh, if I make this decision, what will come of this? What is the long term, short term effects? All in a moment's notice. Or how is this person affecting me? How is their actions affecting me? Am I getting positive? Am I getting positive vibes from this, or am I getting absolutely uh, emotionally drained out of this? Is this a detriment to me, or an enrichment to me? As you see, knowledge is power, and being able to go through these situations with that objective nature. I'm an INTJ on the Myers-Briggs type index, by the way. Uh, you're able to see things a lot. You're able to see things a lot clearer. It's not like being red pilled or anything. It's just thinking over things the right amount. Because there is a point where you can overthink things too. There is a major amount of things you can overthink. And it can overthink to the way where you even mess up details. And obscure things in your head. And that is one of the beauty of having a good support system. Is they will tell you, Devin, that girl you're dating is bad for you. You should really probably break up with her. Or, Devin, you shouldn't spend $25 on this one thing because that $25 might be needed for something else later. And it often does. And that is why I go for other opinions, because oftentimes others' opinions can be very wise. Yes, wisdom. Good old wisdom. I it helps a lot more in life than it doesn't. I'd say one of my favorite bits of knowledge that I have received from a human being is hold on to that dime, because sometimes that dime could be the difference between something that you need. So I would constantly drop my dimes on the floor or just be like, yo, you can have that. I don't give a shit. And they'd be like, no, that. This was before he went down a bad path, by the way. Like, sometimes the deepest bit of wisdom can come from the most unlikely of places. Right? Dimes are different. Dimes are different. You know, it just makes me think of that song from Kenny Rogers, which is one of the biggest bits of advice you could get from a song. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You better count your money when you're like, shit. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be plenty of time for counting when the dealing's done. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. No, it's Kenny Rogers. It's a great movie. It's a great song. Literally, I'm gonna go to a couple more minutes and then leave. But yeah, I'm gonna bump that song afterwards. I got it stuck in my head. It's one of the most solid and most wise songs I've ever heard. Like, uh, that man, legendary. I could do a good Johnny Cash too. I hurt myself today. to see if I could feel I hurt myself today. Pain's the only thing I feel. You can have it all. Yes, it's a great song. Love is a burning thing. It leaves. Yes, it was a 9 Inch Nails song, but Johnny Cash covered it. And it was like the last song he covered before he died. I'm going down, down, down to the burning ring of fire. It burns, burns, burns as the flames getting higher. I just completely messed it up twice. I'm okay with that. You guys seen how much grass I smoked. It's okay. I'll forgive myself. I'll forgive myself this time. I got pretty much a minute and a half left. I am very bad at goodbyes. I hate saying goodbye. And it is one of my least favorite things about starting a stream is ending it. There will be a time where I could start a stream and have an even harder time ending it. But unfortunately, I have to end it meow. For time goes fast when you're having fun, sadly. Right? Uh, it's it's it it's honestly a great thing sometimes. It's great to talk. It's great to talk things out. I hope everybody has a great day. Chopped oregano. I hope you have a great day too. Shout out to Chopped Oregano. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Mike Butcher. It's all love to everybody correct. Have a good one. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you for joining my stream. And remember, drink your water, because drinking your water is important.